What's up, guys? It's EmiNES back again. Today, we're not reviewing game, funnily enough. We're actually talking about some Christmas memories I have receiving Christmas games and maybe some Christmas levels in games, like we have the classic Diddy Kong Racing levels from that world. There's like a winter world in that one, like the Christmassy little town there and stuff. Oh my god, it's so good. Freeze Easy Peak, of course, is a classic Christmas level. There's some other ones, some other good ones, but I never played Christmas Nights yet, but I have that. So I want to talk about some Christmas memories I have with video games, real quick here. So let's pull out of our little bag here and see what we got. First off, contested whether or not, for me, these are really Christmas games here. But I know I got at least one of them at Christmas, so I do want to talk about them. I'm pretty sure I got all three of them, but I don't know. So we have definitely the one I did get at Christmas was Spyro. I definitely remember playing like the first world of this. Right before we had to go to some Christmas thing, you know. I don't know all of these. These are N64 Christmas songs. I just figure there's going to be, you know, Freeze Easy Peak and stuff in there. So, by Glenn Plant, that guy who used to do N64 videos. He still do N64 videos? Maybe he reviewed them all already. So, yeah. Also, if you want to see reviews for these movies here, go check out my movie channel, Azura Media Club, home of the Bad Girl Coven, and you'll be able to see the reviews for these three movies right here. This one I still have to do for next week, but so yeah, Spyro here. I know I remember playing that. I remember just playing like the first world. It's a game I loved as a kid. I mean, I was very much a PS1 kid, and an N64 kid. That was my era of gaming. I loved both. But I did make a lot of memories on the PS1. Spyro the Dragon, definitely one of them. And I did get this for Christmas, and I know that definitively. The two contested games, I'm pretty sure I got Rayman for Christmas as well. My cousins used to have Rayman on a computer, like on the computer, and I know we played it on their computer a lot, but then I got the PS1 version a lot later on. Fucking hard-ass game. This is the hardest game I've, like, ever fucking beat. Seriously. Try and go play it. It's, like, impossible. And I'm not talking, like, fucking, you know, cheating yourself 99 lives. I'm talking, like, go and grind that first level 99... or, like, not 99 times, but, like, probably 20-something times, get 99 lives just to try at one level again, kind of shit. Like, this, so hard. Anyway, I'm pretty sure I got this on Christmas, probably along with Spyro. And then I don't exactly remember how I got Tomba, and this isn't my perfect copy, but this is my copy. This is the exact copy I would have got, pretty sure, for Christmas. On one year, or I got it for my birthday, or I just got it because I got it, you know, kind of thing. Also, I've told the story in my Tomba thing about the giveaway. I don't remember if that was for this, or this, but whatever, or this, it might have been for this. Whatever game it was also showed up around Christmas, if I remember correctly, and I'm pretty sure it was, could have been one of these two, but I'm pretty sure it was that. Anyway. Or my family just genuinely found a copy of Tomba back then, which is even more impressive. Anyway, so yeah. So those are a few good Christmas gifts I got. Definitely another one I want to talk about. I guess I'll just get this one out of the way, because it's like not that, I don't have much to say about it. I do remember getting The Last of Us later on, like in 2013 at the end of the year there, I think it was 2013. It might have been 2014. I think it was just 2013. Anyway, I love this game, obviously. I've done a whole review about it. It's great. I got into a little later than everyone else because that was like the end of the year. But I still remember playing it. It was a great experience. I think that year I had just played all the Uncharted games. Or maybe I hadn't played the Uncharted games. I don't remember. It was either I played this first and then went back and played the Uncharted games, or I played the Uncharted games and then I played this. I think I played this first, and then, because I liked this so much, I went back and played the Uncharted games. Is how it was. But I played them all in the same year. So, yeah. But this is my original copy that I got all the way back then. My mom gave it to me. Probably paid a little bit too much because she went to Walmart because my friend worked there and made sure she got the right game. That's great, but like also I remember their prices for the game being more expensive than like most places at the time. So there's that. Great game, you know, very, very good. So now we get back to the big two. These are real big ones. I have this more for visual than anything, because my cartridge here is beat up. I actually don't think I have the original cartridge anymore. I don't know why I got rid of that, but I bought this and Pokemon Red and Blue from my friend, or was my friend at the time, Sean, all for like 20 bucks, I think, for the 3 of them. I mean, that was pretty much a steal. The label's ripped, but all the games still work great. I'm actually working on, for the channel there, Pokemon Red, so I will be playing these again at some point. This is a song from the... Is this from the Village level, or is this from the other one, from Diddy Kong Racing? And of course I would talk about like Pokemon Red and stuff, but I got that for my birthday. Most of the great gifts were for my birthday, like my Game Boy Advance and like my Game Boy Color, all of those. Maybe some year on my birthday I'll talk about that stuff. I'm gonna have to write that one down for my birthday for this year. So yeah, alright, so I got Pokemon Gold the year it came out in winter there. I don't know what time of the year it came out, but it was several months after it had come out, if I remember correctly, or maybe it just felt like several months. If it was in November, it felt like forever after, because I know I was like begging my mom. I'm like, I have to get this game. It's the sequel to Pokemon. You know, that thing that you gave me for my birthday, whatever year. So, yeah, so I just really needed to get this. Again, I don't know why I didn't keep my box for this. I don't know where the fuck that went. But I have the manual somewhere too. I don't know where the box went. Where did the box go? I have 2 copies of fucking Red up there, but I don't have my fucking copy of Pokemon Gold in box. Like, what the fuck? And I did get it in the box. I remember opening it on Christmas. That was really good. That was one of the really special, like, Christmas moment things. Was opening Pokemon Gold and just playing through, like, the first part. I think I made it to, like, Goldenrod, I don't know, in the first night there, and then my parents were like, you have to shut this off and, like, go to bed, and, because, like, Santa's coming, or whatever, you know, like, some shit like that. But I did the same shit with the original whenever I got that, and I was lucky my mom wasn't there that night, so that I could just, like, play it late into the night. But that was in the summer, so, I mean, it was more acceptable. I remember that. That was great, too. I think I got to, like, Cerulean in the first night, and I had to, like, shut it off. And I didn't want to shut it off. I wanted to keep going, but I had to, like, sleep. So, actually, you know what? I think what it was the batteries had died, or whatever. So, because it was just, like, the cheap batteries that came with the system. Anyway, I got Pokemon Gold for Christmas one year. That was a really special and magical Christmas memory there that I really love. Let's put that in the front there. Hey, and then the last one I want to talk about, which I don't know where my Game Boy Advance copy of this specific game went, you know, or whatever, but Super Mario Brothers 3. Now, I've told this story, I think, in the Super Mario Brothers 3 video and in, like, a memories video let me embarrass myself again by telling it. I was a stupid kid at the time, and Super Mario Bros. 3 was coming out on Game Boy Advance. I was probably in like 6th grade or something, and probably too old to be crying about a video game. But I had played Super Mario Bros. 3 at the daycare there that I went to as a kid, and in my childhood beforehand. So I had lots of good memories with Super Mario Bros. 3, and when it's finally coming out on Game Boy Advance, it's all I fucking wanted that entire Christmas. It was my Christmas story moment. The fucking Red Ryder BB gun, thing that he wanted. That was my Super Mario Bros. 3 Advance for the Game Boy Advance. I cried a bunch of times about it, even in GameStops and stuff. It's so embarrassing when thinking back. It's so cringy to think back. When I was a kid, it's what I wanted. I would ask my mom, like, please get me this game. And she's like, no. Or, well, it wasn't even that. It was like, please get me this game. And then they're like, we don't have the game. And it's like, god damn. Like, so I would just, yeah. Eventually, even, I had money, apparently, somehow. I think because, like, my dad used to give me his change, so I would, like, build it up or whatever. I had enough money to, like, buy the game myself. We were standing there at a Walmart, and I'll never forget that, too. And I was there with my mom, and I'm like, I could just buy it. I could just buy it right now. And she's like, should you buy it, though? And like, the implication there was like, that they had gotten it for me, and I'm like, well, what if I don't get it? And she's like, you're gonna really make me just say it, or are you just gonna, like, keep pushing, basically. And so I didn't buy it, but, I just remember that. It was really hard to wait for the game. Kind of like, you remember Cartman in that episode with the Wii, where he, like, the episodes with the Wii where he can't, like, wait? That was me with Super Mario Brothers 3 on Game Boy Advance. And it's just weird, because it's like, that was the only way I could play the game at the time. Because I didn't have an NES, or, or my brother did, and he wouldn't let me use it or whatever. And I didn't have a copy of Super Mario Bros. 3, and I don't really know if that would have been that accessible. I mean, it might have been. But I wanted it on Game Boy Advance, right? So, because that was my system at the time. And I had Super Mario World on Game Boy Advance, and that was great, and I used to play the shit out of that. So, Christmas rolls around, and I'm sitting there, and, like, I'm unwrapping all these presents, and I remember being kind of cringy, like, I'm like, what? I don't know. It's like, they give you, like, board games and stuff, and I'm like, I don't know how to play these games. And they're like, you'll learn, you'll get it. And then eventually, they, like, hit it at the back, because they wanted it to be, like, a thing, an experience, of, like, that being the last thing that I opened. So I opened all these other things. And then finally, I opened it up, and there it was, Super Mario Bros. 3, Advance 4, 3, whatever, the thing. In the box, of course, it was brand new, and I opened it up, and I played the shit out of it, and I was happy, finally, after several months of whining about it and shit. Like, it's so cringy to think back now on, and I can't believe I'm even, like, telling this story, but it's relevant. It's a Christmas story, and it is my Christmas story, That's kind of, how it all went down, so. I'm sure I've gotten many other great games and stuff at Christmas. I know my friends have given me several games and stuff at Christmas, but, like, specifically these are the ones I remember getting, like, as a kid at Christmas, like, I mean, except for The Last of Us. I just pulled that one out because that's one I remember. And I remember my mom, and I wanted to tell that Walmart story for some reason. It was always my birthdays. That's when I got the good games, Like, okay, got the good game. Like, when I got, like, a lot more of these games that were, like, the memorable stories that I could talk about, like Pokemon Red and stuff. But I feel like the Pokemon Gold and, like Super Mario Bros. 3, those are both, like, really special Christmas memories to me. And then, of course, like, Spyro, and then if I did get, like, Tomba and Rayman at the same time, those would have also been, these were all around the same time I got them. That's why it always confuses me whether or not I got them all for Christmas, or I just got a couple of them for Christmas, or if it's just like these two or something. Um, but yeah, I have a good time with Christmas as a kid for the most part. It's just um like, you know, the waiting and the anticipation and not knowing if I'm gonna get the present or not. You know, we've all been there, of course. So, uh, yeah, and you know, other Christmases too and stuff. You know, it was just nice to have time off of school to go and play games. Like I remember, I would play like, you know, of course the classics like Metal Gear Solid, the first one. I would just sit there and play it over like Christmas breaks and stuff, and um, play games at friends' house and stuff. You know, like that's like what Christmas and gaming was to me, is just like playing these games with people, and or in the case of these games just playing them by myself, but you know, like getting that game you always wanted, and it was magical, and you get to finally play it, own it, and experience it for yourself. So um comment below, you know, tell me all of your Christmas memories with video games. I'm sure it's a really interesting topic, for sure. So yeah, until next time, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays for those who don't celebrate Christmas, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Emily, out.